fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it.
All right, you bastards. Hang on. We'll get started in 2 seconds. It's too early to be up. It's too early to be up. It's 9:45 in the morning. What are you guys doing? I mean, not everybody's on the West Coast, Phil Spencer. Or the, East Coast, whatever. Shut up. I'd love to get like a sex worker who's a gamer.
Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer! Phil Spencer!
All right. Well, welcome to the show, fellas. Been a couple of days. Man, I'm still tired. I'm still fucking tired, dude. Where is it? Where's the Xbox? That's the wrong screen. Hang on. That's what we're looking for. Me and Tech Protect have been working a bunch on some marketing stuff the last few days, and it's done now, so we're back to regular schedule. Thank you for joining us. We'll be streaming this show, the Xbox showcase, talk about it a little bit on the after. We got a debate coming up today over on Wick TV. Tomorrow, we have a normal Gaiden Games in the morning, and then we have an interview with Alyssa. God, I don't know how to say her last name. Alyssa Mercant? I don't know, but she was the editor of Kotaku. A lot of people aren't happy that she's coming on the show. I don't know her. I've never talked to her, but I'm looking forward to a nice conversation with the lady. I don't know what's wrong with you people. Yeah, I mean, she's controversial, but, so am I. Who gives a shit? I don't know what her take is on things. We're going to have a conversation. You guys can call in as long as you're nice and ask questions and shit like that. Jesus, Jaffe. And then Saturday we're Alyssa That's right, Rob the Mod says it's Alyssa Milano. I'd have a very different set of questions for her. Like, hey, Alyssa, who's the boss? She's woke, man. Yeah, I'm woke too. What do you think of Trump getting rid of DEI? I don't really know what that means. You can't really get rid of DEI. What do I be more specific in your question? Yeah. Oh, good, Kevin. It's good to hear that you're still gay. It's good to hear. I was worried. That, you were just doing a bit, but, I'm sure the gay folks will be very glad to have you on Team Gay, sir. Because you're very proud of it, which is good. You should be. But everybody should be proud of who they are. Any predictions for today? Well, no real predictions. I mean, here's what I'll tell you. The fourth mystery game, which is such a good marketing ploy to say, hey, there's a mystery game, and then everybody's talking about it. But the fourth mystery game, I hope it's not Final Fantasy. I hope it's not Ninja Gaiden. I know some of you guys are jonesing for Ninja Gaiden. But Rob is proud of you, Kevin. But I would say for me, I really want it to be a Capcom game, man. I want it to be Resident Evil or Onimusha. Eco, I mean, I did see Wayne B that Eco did, their trademark was just reinstated or refiled for by Sega. But, I mean, and Eco is super cool. I'm not opposed to it, but that's not the first thing I would hope for to be revealed in a show like today. I really would love it to be Resident Evil. And it doesn't have to be an exclusive. Or something else that would be cool, and I don't see, this is weird because the news that was originally released when Final Fantasy remakes came out was that it was not a timed exclusive. It was exclusive to PlayStation and PC supposedly, but not. It was a console exclusive, and Then the thing is, though, that now you've got the Square guy coming out and saying, no, the third one is not exclusive. Although the trilogy was announced as an exclusive. So I think it would be fucking the bee's knees if Xbox came out and said, hey, we're doing, 1 and 2 as a package, and it's going to be Game Pass, and then we're also bringing 3 day one with, not Game Pass day one, that would be great. Then we're bringing 3 on the day it releases. But, I mean, that would be cool, but, a long dormant RPG series. I gotta fix my microphone. I didn't see that. I just heard it was supposed to be like a series that was very much, been around for a very long time, that originated from Japan. So it certainly could be Final Fantasy. It could be a Dragon Quest. It could be, what's the other one? It could, I'd love it to be Capcom. Breath of Fire. I mean, nah, I don't think so. Part 3 likely already has a contract written. I mean, I don't know about the contract, and I don't know about day one. I just know that the Square guys came out today or yesterday and said that no, it's not exclusive to PlayStation. So yeah, Kevin says maybe it's Leisure Suit Larry. Well, again, that's not Japanese, sir. That's the great Aulo and Sierra. Oh, look who's come back. Plazuka's, you don't need to create the drama. Oh, now you stream, says Plazuka's. Look who's back. Look who's back. And he's smiling now. He's like, yeah, Jaffe's right, but I'm not going to admit it. But he's right. I came back because we like you in this community, Plazuka's. You got a good jib cut. I don't know what that is. And we appreciate you being here. Just a little out of your fucking mind sometimes. Jaffe says, Alex, are you excited to see the games more or Phil Spencer? I want to see Phil Spencer only because he gains and loses more weight than I do. And I just want to see, are we getting fat Phil or skinny Phil today? But short of that, though, no. I mean, my understanding is I was watching a little bit of, what is his name? He's a YouTube guy, real successful, or becoming real successful. I don't know. I don't know what his name is, but he was showing some leaked footage. Apparently, the Doom stuff already leaked, and I chose not to watch it. Is that right, Rob? I chose not to watch it because I want to kind of experience. No, it's not Dreamcast guy. God damn it! You don't make me look it up. And yeah, it's me. That's right. But I heard that already leaked. But I'm very excited for all 3: Doom and South of Midnight and Expedition or whatever. I keep getting Expedition 33 mixed up with that game that came out like Section 9 or something that they said was they weren't going to make a sequel because it underperformed and all the anti-woke people hated it. But all 3 of those look really cool. And I'm interested in those. But I don't, it's not like, it's more I'm curious about all 3 of them, really. Kevin says I only want to see Xbox exclusives. There are no Xbox exclusives. Those days are gone. All this is going to be coming to PlayStation anyway. So, and it'll probably be coming a lot of this. Now, I don't know if they've said that Doom and all that is coming day one to PlayStation. I assume it is, but I don't fucking know. But yeah, I'm very hopeful it's Resident Evil. That's what I'd like to see, but we'll see. I mean, it's time, and there's been leaked stuff for 9 already. With who is in this one? Leon and Jill, I think, are the 2 main protagonists in this one. Kevin says that's why people watch Nintendo State of Play for exclusives. That's what makes it special. I mean, honestly, man, once you get out of the I don't know whether it's that you have everything or you play on PC. I don't know what it is, but I don't give a fuck about exclusives. I care about games. I want new games and interesting games. And let me tell you something while we're waiting, Linda. The demos that have dropped in the last 2 weeks have been so good on everything from like, again, I got back into Eternal Strands. I've been playing that, really liking it. Lonely Mountain, whatever it's called, the skiing game is not a demo. It's out on Game Pass, but goodness, that fucking thing's addictive. And I finally went online yesterday and played multiplayer of that game, just racing. And it reminds me a little bit, and I'm very surprised, and I love this. There was a game that came out about 18 months ago called like Turbo Rocket Golf or something, and you could play it on Xbox and PC, and it was excellent. But what they did in that game was it was competitive, but you had as much of an engagement competing against yourself and your own score and all that shit as you did the other trying to come in first place. And so what it did was it didn't give you that sense of racing like in a normal racing game where if you lose online to multiplayer, you're like, it's too hard, or it's, you got to race with your friends. It actually holds up because you can play it against yourself, or you can play it against people you're skiing against. And so the multiplayer ends up being a lot more addictive than most multiplayer racing games as well, because you're trying, whether you come in first or last, it's learning the mountain and the new courses and, techniques and watching other skiers do things. And you're like, oh, I want to try that. So it's great. Yeah. Johnny Utah says I'm addicted to it. Thanks to you, asshole. Yeah, you're welcome. It's fucking excellent. Sandfall Interactive, I don't know why it was moving around, but Sandfall Interactive are the guys doing that Expedition 33. Jaffe, the Assassin's Creed gameplay. I haven't watched it yet. All I've watched have been the 4 releases they've put out, and I know today a lot of the previews dropped. The embargo lifted all the previews, and I am looking forward to watching those. Maybe I'll watch 1 or 2 of the ones you recommend, if they're not so long, afterwards. It seems people are pretty positive on it just from the headlines, but I really haven't spent much time. And then I saw you guys in the Discord today talking about it, and it seemed like most people were pretty positive on it as well. So we'll see. But I've been looking forward to it. I think it looks really, really good. A reminder, if you're watching the show but you're not able to chat, that's because you're not a member. Membership has its advantages. Wink. And one of those advantages is a number of times a week we do members-only chats. And so consider membership, any tier here on the show, Gabbin' and Games, or a subscription, either one. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mom especially. How's your mom doing? I've been thinking about it. I dreamed about her last night. The point is, consider supporting the show. It's good to have you here with us. Okay. Johnny Utah, going back to Lonely Mountain, says the multiplayer in that game teaches him the new routes. Agree. Totally agree. It's great. The thing about the multiplayer is, though, that I would tell you, is I wish they did like route voting or mountain voting, because, and I don't know if there's that many players yet or whatever, but what happens is they put you in these mountains or on these routes, or what are they called in skiing? Black diamond courses? I don't fucking know. That are really fucking hard a lot of times. And it's like, this is my second multiplayer race. Why the fuck am I racing such an extreme course? But, I wish they would do that. Alex says, Jaffe, how did you end up playing the first Kingdom Come Deliverance? I didn't. I heard it was slow, but it got really good. But I'm just going to jump in at number 2. Okay, here we go. Let's get the volume up. Let's go full screen. Hit me up if it's too loud, too quiet. You want some audio adjusting. You need a foot massage. I'll send Rob over. And of course, okay, Morgan, cool. Morgan, did you like it? Did you think it was good, Morgan? You don't represent Final Products. Oh my God. Did you guys hear what I told him? Day 1. Excellent. xCloud. Come on now. That's the promise of Xbox. It's good time to be a Game Pass player, man. Oh, good to hear, Morgan. Oh, I saw your YouTube comment, Morgan. I hope you saw my reply about Eternal Strands. The fuck is this? Holy shit, Mr. K's here. We haven't seen you in a while.
Fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it. Oh, fucking damn it.
Kevin says, look at all these white people. Yeah. Are you guys happy now, you fucking grifter fucks? There's no black. There's no Asian. I don't see any rainbow shirts. It's just straight cis white men. Are you happy? Do you feel safe, you fucks? Yeah. Loading. Because what is a secret? It's a secret. Oh, we're going to open with that. Sea of Thieves update. Look at that. Oh, Sea of Thieves water is beautiful. Fuck you. Doesn't matter. Okay, what is this? This is... Somebody guess it. Somebody guess it. It's not Final Fantasy. And it becomes Final Fantasy. I don't know what this is. Oh my god, you guys were right. It is. It is Ninja Gaiden. Holy shit. All right. Well, there you go. Unless it's Team Beach Volleyball, which, you know, that's good too.
こんにちは。声テクモゲームスチーム忍者の安田文彦です。今日は皆様にチーム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。早速ですが、こちらをご覧ください。
I'm assuming it's Ninja Gaiden. I mean, why would it not be?
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted.
Hey, Ninja Gaiden Day 1 Game Pass. Boom.
Ninja. However, the Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour of cursed rain. The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
I'll never be able to play this game for more than 20 minutes, though. It's too hard for me. Maybe not. Oh, Platinum. Well, wait. Platinum? Wait a minute. Help me understand this. Platinum doesn't make Ninja Gaiden, do they? I thought Ninja Gaiden was, the you know, the Team Ninja guys. What? Okay, okay. Oh, I know they're amazing, but okay, so they're not the normal developer. Okay, this just got even more interesting. Excellent. That's a good get. That's a good get. Oh, cool. All right, I'm in. Oh, I want to respond to the lady. I'm both disturbed and turned on by her. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Does she have a tail? Okay, turned on. Turned on.
Ryu Hayabusa.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here.
Okay, you get to play both of them. That's cool.
So you've come, Raven.
Fuck off, Hayabusa. I will execute my mission.
What's his name? Ayahuasca? That's
世
cool.
界中の町人の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。最強の忍者となり、容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション、忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として、忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。
Okay, so has
本
it
作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めて
has
い
it
ます。
always had individual limb dismemberment, or is that just a kill
アクシ
move?
ョンゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど素晴らしいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられました。忍者ガイデン4というタイトル
Yeah, Morgan, I
10年以上の
assumed.
時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。 先ほどご覧いただい
It
た
always
映像
had
の
that?
中で
Okay, cool.
竜はやぶさも登場しておりましたが、彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、竜はやぶさが戦う目的は何なのか、本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒竜がもたらした正気の雨によって荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。この雨は黒竜がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り東京に安寧は訪れません。今作の
Has that director ever done anything? I've never heard of that guy.
カラス一門に所属するヤクモが首都東京で黒竜を倒し、この世界を晴らすため
Which could be good or bad. It's good because he looks pretty young and new, and you need some new blood in this shit.
シリーズで描かれてきたダークでハードな世界観は継承し、そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより混沌とした景観のデザインを取り入れています。
New blood with a real seasoned team is pretty good. Pretty good. Hello, Adam. Good to see you, bud. Yeah, I agree. Great way to open it too. Morgan, I don't know. I assume you would have known because you know more Japanese games than I do. Oh, I love that. I mean, I've seen it before, but it looks good. Yeah. Wait a minute. How's that camera work? Anyway. Nice. Nice. Oh, this looks fun. This looks awesome. I just have one question. Do they have to be? Do they have to be Japanese? It's a little too DI for me. But if they all they have to do is fix the eyes, it's a quick fix. I can't play as a woman, god damn it.
黒竜の封印を守る竜神島や現世に蔓延する人ならざる者妖魔、そしてもちろんシリーズおなじみの魔人も登場します。
No, was it not funny? Not funny, Plazookas? I'll alert the media.
に喜んでいただける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
Yeah, that looks awesome.
バトルスピードをさらに加速させ、
It's gonna be so hard. Please tell me there's an easy mode.
繰り広げることができます。
All right, that's
さら
what?
にヤクモが使える
Oh, I
新
see,
要
I
素
see.
結節忍術ヌエの型を駆使したダイナミックな攻撃によってこれまでから大きく進化した一対他の戦闘を可能にしました。ヌエの型ではこれまでの忍者ガイデンにはない広範囲かつ一撃必殺の攻撃となっており、多勢に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。もちろん1対1の戦闘における比率も健在です。プレイヤー同様、敵もガードや回避をしてくるため緊張感のあるフェアな戦闘を味わうことができます。
That's
敵
cool.
の動きをしっかりと捉えながら一瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。ヌエの型によって忍者ガイデンのアクションの味わいにさらなる進化を感じられるかと思います。
Okay, now
特にアクションに関しては手触り、バランス調整など細部にわたり日々議論させていただき、会社の垣根を越えた密なやり取りをさせていただいています。本作の主人公であるヤクモは竜とは一味違うアクションを有していますが、その中でもしっかりと忍者ガイデンらしさを感じていただけると思います。例えばカラス、ヌエ、2つの型があるという点がヤクモの大きな特徴ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて敵や状況ごとに使い分ける攻略の深みや滅却、
you're goddamn right, K-Nubs, but this is good. It's cool. Now, again, I mean, unless, you know, this is probably a game I play on stream because I won't be able to solve it without help, but, or at least even play it without help. But no, what I was thinking about was just two things. The headlines are already writing themselves with the anti-Xbox Sony fans, although I assume this will come to PlayStation. Which is like, oh, so you're excited about this, but Stellar Blade was crap. You know, shut up. But yeah, this looks awesome. And it does make you go, well, okay, so here's the question. It's a Game Pass exclusive, but it's not I don't think it's a console exclusive. Because it's not like Microsoft funded this. This is funded by, I don't know who publishes Team Ninja unless they are a publisher. But Morgan, so is this, with somebody who thinks about games like you do about this genre, this isn't Souls-like though, right? For a few reasons, right? Because you don't leave behind your shit when you die and have to collect it again. But also, I mean, the combat is still very measured and very difficult, and you've got to focus on the enemies and all that shit, right? So what's the nuanced difference? Because most people, when they hear Souls-like, a lot of them just go, "Oh, it's just hard." Okay, wait, fall. Okay, we'll be playing. Oh, that's great. What did it just say? What did it just say? Go back. Go back. You take a look. I don't want to see your penis. What? I didn't say that. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Oh, a remake? A remaster? And it's on Game Pass today? Oh, okay. Ace, get up there. It's fine, buddy. If this is available today, all I will tell you is, I mean, Microsoft already does a better job at keeping secrets than PlayStation. I don't know why PlayStation has so many leaks these days. Okay, it's 2 remastered, and when is it out? Racist, a little bit racist.
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox360 で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた作品です。今作忍者ガイデン2ブラックではオリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の完全版として開発いたしました。
Unreal 5、
綺麗
nice。
なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、リュウハヤブサに加え、アヤネ、モミジ、レイチェルもプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日コンソール PC そして
What? That's awesome!
すぐに発売
The Game Pass, that is so awesome! Come on, man! Come on, man. Good job, Xbox. You have earned. You have earned. Yep, the button.
今年はチーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり
That's great. What do you mean you don't care, Morgan? Oh, you're buying it full price. Shut up, you idiot.
ぜひ忍者ガイデンシリーズの展開にご注目ください。本日はありが
It's
とう
on
ござい
Game
ました。
Pass now, bitch. That's fantastical. Okay, available. Can't really. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right. Finally, a game with a black person. Fucking racist Asian game. This game looks awesome. That's what a great way to open the show. That's fantastic. That's my girlfriend. Shut up!
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion
Shut
Games here in
up.
Montreal, Canada. At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own.
Oh, God.
From the
Ugh.
magical noir of contrast to the
I agree,
alternate
Rob.
history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters...
Morgan, shut up! This game looks great!
This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist, Hazel, is at the forefront of our story, it's the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
I'll leave a mark on her journey and growth.
It is really picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shoot, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Maybe Plazookas, depends how long it goes.
Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel!
Hazel may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old, but disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where she'll learn who she really is and how to tap into weaving, an ancient magical power that redefines her trajectory in life.
The land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver. Someone who can see beyond the surface and tap into a deeper reality, the grand tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our world, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world.
Oh, it's a
Through her
strand
newfound power,
game.
She reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
You up here, my salvation.
Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey.
That guy's a
All of Hazel's
racist.
arsenal and powers are designed around textile
Wait,
crafting
I thought
and
the director was
traditional
David
weapons
Sears.
include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As her journey unfolds, Hazel will master new weaving abilities, using them to traverse the world, conjure objects,
Cool. Oh, cool.
and
Okay.
confront adversaries.
Combat is about understanding and adapting to different enemy archetypes known as Aints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
These haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Each Aint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats
I
with
like
agile
the,
moving abilities to execute powerful combos,
The art on the
jump attacks,
health bar
and charge attacks.
is
But
changing.
close combat is
I wonder
risky and
why.
can backfire because Aints have powerful defensive abilities.
See how it kind of looks
Mastering your magical skills become the key to gaining
kind of
upper
comic
hand
booky
in
there, and then it looks totally pristine in other
are
times.
some of the spells at your disposal.
It's probably
give you
nothing,
a
I'm just
tactical
curious.
Advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos. Push them back to interrupt and stun their attack. Then press the advantage with follow-up strikes. Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption. which has the added benefit of providing L boosts and reducing ability cooldowns.
Alex, first off, congratulations. It's a boy. I'm wondering if maybe you can find somebody to teach him what it means to be a man, but I think that's easy to find. Maybe Ludo can help you. However,
upgrades will change how you approach
Alex, seriously, congratulations, buddy. And I would name him Galaxies.
Push and pull skills.
Galaxy. Name him Galaxy. Thank you for the super chat, buddy, and thank you, and seriously, congrats, bud. Great news. Great news.
You mind if I take a look around?
You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history. You'll gradually uncover the backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a weaver, Hazel heals these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
What kind of person would do that?
Move my face to the left? Yeah,
We design
sure.
each region to reflect the creature
Whatever,
that's been
idiot.
doomed to wander in.
Pay me money to do it, $100.
Music teams
How about that?
composed for
Better?
each one. While not all encounters lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face
Hazel?
mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them.
Heal
Our
them.
boss encounters and gameplay
Hazel,
sequences
please
also
heal them.
reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around a specific thematic. These encounters feature multiple phases that ramp up in complexity. As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight. Whether it's Two-Toed Tom or hugging Molly, each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
We got a long journey ahead.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes.
I'm sorry, you think this game looks
From
bland,
ancestral
Addy
swamps
Pie? Come
to
on.
flooded farmlands.
What other game? The last game that even dealt with this subject matter
In our
was
magical South,
maybe
the
Shadow
buildings
Man?
reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugal. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The history, landscape, and folklore of the American Deep South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and haint blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits. The weight of the past emerges as central themes.
Yeah,
which you
I
can
think
see
if
through
you're
all the
if you're
abandoned buildings and
looking
businesses struggling
for
to survive.
like
As
some
you
great
explore, you'll meet
combat
locals who stayed behind even
Ninja Gaiden thing, this is not that. But this looks like a very interesting adventure to go on, though, and very unique.
Artistically,
Then
we're
again,
staying
these are
true
the
to our
you know they also gave us
style.
Redfall, so
But this
they know
time,
how to cut a
we're using
trailer.
handcrafted
But
approach
you know,
inspired
so
by
I'm
stop-motion
always
animation,
cautious.
which
They haven't
allows our
earned
team to bring a
my
distinct personality and tone into every prop and
guarantee. But that said, though,
this folklore is
I think
open to
this
visual
looks
interpretation,
really, really
We embrace
interesting.
the freedom to reimagine these creatures
And a really
their
cool
stories,
adventure to go
to
on.
adapt how they look and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
Yeah, I'm not saying these are the guys that made Redfall. I'm saying Microsoft has shown us trailers before that's like, hey, that looks pretty cool.
Compulsion games, we love to craft around central themes.
To Sony's credit, whether you love or hate a game from Sony, it's usually like it's very rare that they pull the rug out from under you in terms of quality.
We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available
April.
on Xbox and
Holy shit, these guys are killing it. I mean, look. Come on, you guys. Come on, you guys. They're killing it, man. Where's Sony? It's not a competition. It shouldn't be. Well, it is, but it's not. But it is. Anyway, the point is, all these are probably coming to PlayStation anyway. So, which is great. Oh my god, a dog.
We are Sunfall Interactive, and welcome to our nano.
you know.
We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
Our grand adventure in
What are you
game
studying?
development
It's a
actually started as
ball,
solo passion project.
idiot.
I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refreshed the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Ricardo, I don't agree with the last 5 years. I would say the last couple of, like since PS4, but PS5, really?
Active turn-based system, combining real-time offense and defense element and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features. We felt we had something that was challenging and
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, the vision started to come together.
At Hacker says he's studying a ball of uranium. He's going to die a horrible
Guillaume and I
death.
are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the following week and joined the team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts with a strong creative vision.
Sorry, with
And
what?
We had that defined by 3 core elements.
Hugging.
A story with great emotional depth. Gameplay that innovates on the classics we love. And a
Cool.
world that is completely original, beautiful, and immersive. We
It's not
found it
completely
on
original. You just
on
showed the
these
Eiffel
tenets.
Tower, but
A group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something great.
does look cool though. Looks really fun.
This too is your legacy.
And I'm glad the whole fucking thing is not set underwater because the last video they put out was all
Is a
underwater.
compelling story. And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook.
Captain Hook?
67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress
Peter Pan.
and a monolith appeared
Shut
with
up.
no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
I mean, what happens when it gets down to like 4?
Expeditioners,
It's an interesting concept, but
we honor your dedication.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil.
although Logan's Run would have had them all dead anyway a long time before.
Who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about earlier.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone
Kevin,
else
this
just gets.
okay. The
Part of the story
it's
is about
yeah.
overcoming
I
an
don't know what to say.
existential threat, while
Kevin says the show started off strong. Now here comes the meh. You might be right, by the way, but what I will tell you is the combat looks pretty cool.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world
The
like this,
presentation.
how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate?
Lots of marijuana, copious amounts of
To
weed.
ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that
And
Lumiere
9/11 was
fights
horrible. I'm
with
glad
you.
we shot Obama
Tomorrow
dead.
comes
I think it's wonderful. Fuck
Expedition
that guy.
33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with Ciel.
Agree,
whose
Morgan.
darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
Because we're crazy.
Cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustav, are you real?
It's not all dark, though. Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool
Oh, he's
battle mechanic
cool.
where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Just need foot. Aha!
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Gestrol, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation.
Ricardo, at the level of execution, I would agree with you. There's no doubt. There's no fucking doubt. But in terms of the games, Horizon West, Spidey, Ragnarok, I felt were all kind of retreads. But the other ones I agree with you on.
Is that powerful? He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world. And if you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Everyone has their own reason for joining the expedition, and each of them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
Yeah, Ricardo, isn't it the best?
In addition to a strong narrative,
Because you can play everything pretty much on PC.
Core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic
And you can't tell
and adds
anybody.
real-time reaction.
Because they'll always come up with some bullshit assumption of PCs based on what a PC was like 20 years ago.
At the right time. But balancing
Looks good.
turn-based with real-time mechanics took a long time to get
I
right.
like that,
During
though.
initial
Addy Pie
playtests,
says this
turn-based
game
players
honestly
often
looks like
found
Guillermo del
real-time
Toro and
elements
Tim
too hard.
Burton dreamed it up while
Some of us
high.
are still
That's the
traumatized
best
by
pitch I've
anything
ever
back
heard.
then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies.
Okay.
A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character. We spend a lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game. Each character has a unique mechanic. Mel switches between stances which can ultimately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Mel the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects, which in our game are called Lumina. Every character has more than 20 unique skills in their skill tree and hundreds of passive effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons. So there are a ton of builds and playstyle to explore. Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design that we probably never even imagined.
Our story is set in the French fantasy world.
Did somebody just press his on button?
Excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the Gestrol Village is an early area in the game where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a
Oh, I don't know if it'll sell Avoid the Void. I don't care if it'll sell. But to be fair, it's on Game Pass, so I don't give a shit.
It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrols are like. The Gestrol Village is hidden inside the ancient
I mean, isn't that the point of the promise of something like Game Pass or PlayStation Plus?
I designed it as a
You
vibrant
take chances as a player on a lot of things because you're already in. When you discover a lot of genres and games you never would have bought.
red and white. I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in. Same process with
That guy who's talking is so well dressed, it occurs to me, I haven't dressed up as much as he's dressed up for this interview when I've gone to funerals of my parents.
Definitely a Gestrol.
For Escape, we needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world. I thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically from there.
That's because he's European. I mean, like every man in this, you get the sense they woke up and they made a choice about their glasses frames. I got these at Rite Aid just because I could see the book I was reading.
and it was a real challenge to create, both artistically and technically.
I don't like their running animations. That's my minor complaint.
You'll definitely need SK's help traveling around. Here we go. We're super happy with the result, though.
Oh, you cannot stay. You can't say Addy Pie. They have to stop yapping because the anal nerds will be like, no, this is a developer showcase. It's supposed to be that. There's a law, you see.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past.
That's
4
tribute mode.
years.
But have you seen me in front of the camera? This.
Expedition 33
When's it coming out?
launches on April 24.
Holy shit, that's
Xbox Series X and S and is available day one with Xbox Game Pass.
That's a
You can already wish the game and follow us for more
that's
info.
not good, but okay.
We are super excited to invite you into the world of Expedition 33. We are a small, passionate team. It's our debut game, and we can't wait for you to discover our story.
I mean,
our
I'm
world,
excited.
and our
It's
take on the
April.
genre.
And I guess it means they've just got so much content coming, which has always been the point, right? If they can get a cadence of big games. But Avowed will be out
tomorrow
in February, and then you've got South of Midnight in this in April, and then you've got Ninja Gaiden at the end of the year, and you've got Ninja Gaiden Black 2 today. Why would you unsubscribe? They're stopping the churners with this. It's a good point, Plazookas. They have to front load for GTA. Good point, yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise.
I can't stop talking
It
with
is an
my
honor
hands.
to work on this game, to carry on its tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
Put your hands in your
We're excited
pockets.
to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid, I mouthed the words. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you
No,
will feel like
no.
the super weapon in the center of a medieval
I don't want
war
to see
against
you, hand talker.
Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations.
Hello, Nervous. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for joining the dial. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that, Nervous.
To Doom 2016. And that's
Good to see you, Nervous. Thank you for joining, buddy.
every aspect of this experience.
Thanks for being here with us. I appreciate it, man.
Then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really
That's
a return
cool.
to form.
That's
So
cool.
let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast.
This will be out the second week of April.
Power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal.
Awesome. Nice to be able to dodge shit like that. That's
Between
cool.
enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again. Just like in the classic Doom games.
Nice.
But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw. Block.
Throw it. Yeah, Captain America. Fuck.
Parry.
Cool. Oh, nice, nice, nice.
It's contextual. Tons of depth on a single button press.
Oh my God! Look at that! Look at that gun! Did you see that gun?
As a unique experience.
The gun grinds up a skull and shoots the shards. That is the best weapon design of 2025. I'm calling it now. Don't show us the shield. The shield's great, but you just glossed over the gun? Is that Mussolini?
And the Shield Saw Jigsaw will give you the strength to go head-to-head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created at id.
That's cool.
But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening with. How about an iron flail?
Oh shit, that's awesome!
Maybe an electrified
Awesome!
gauntlet.
I love the flail.
Spiked mace.
No, it's the flail.
Melee options that are part of a melee system. All on one input, complete with combos and
Come on, you guys. Come on, you guys.
And you can finish off the demons now with an all-new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From
glory hole?
in
What?
and out as you see fit, and it feels amazing. You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the board with total freedom.
Yeah, glory hole kills. That's right.
And that seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button that we haven't talked about.
the G's, the clitoris.
That's right.
Because it's called a button.
Doom has and always will be all about the guns, and Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created. Mean, ancient, brutal torture machines.
Awesome.
Butcher,
Awesome.
impale, and shred the minions of hell with.
That's right, Morgan.
That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to
Come
wield.
on, that's
So let's
awesome.
take a look at some extended gameplay footage and see how these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments
Great trailer.
to
Great
form
trailer.
the new combat loop for Doom: The Dark Ages.
How did that work? What just happened there? Oh, that's cool. Oh my god, that monster's cool. He can ride him, and then he's got like a buzzsaw for a beak, or was that the shield that got thrown? I don't know. I don't know.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them.
That's don't make the player the designer. Oh, you can slow him down though. Now I'm a fan. That's awesome.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer.
Every game needs a slow it down button. Every goddamn game.
To get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlan, which is a mech. It's the size of a building. It's powerful. And you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists.
Come on,
and
man.
If that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon.
Come on, man!
These are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The power fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun. And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just great combat to pull them through the experience. So we're excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside the castle walls, seeking out targets and enemy formations along the way to engage with as you see fit, with any gun you choose. Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources. You control the pace of the game, where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates, because the battle isn't over yet.
Oh yeah, Tech Protect, fuck yeah. This is awesome. It is Beelzebub! Wait, what happened?
Your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete.
Okay.
And speaking of that legend,
You goddamn right, Tech Protect. That's what old guys like me need.
everything else in the game is big. It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
I honestly never really knew there was a story.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together. And we've
Are they going to start a parade? What are these people behind them? What if they like mug them?
With all this, the goal
Oh shit! No, don't do that! Don't blow that with this. What is this? The Ghostbusters video? Please,
the best game id has ever
please.
But that is for you to decide.
No, no, no! Don't ever do that again. Okay, well you, May, what is happening in this life? Are you shitting me? Warped Eye, thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. Appreciate. Oh, here he is. Here's Phil. Warped Eye, thank you, buddy, for the ducats. I appreciate it, man.
I cannot move.
Hey, there's our new member, Nervous. Everybody welcome Nervous with the picture of my girlfriend. I would appreciate it.
Like the super weapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
All of Azel's powers are designed around textile crafting and spinning wheels. The combat system is built around chaining attacks and unraveling enemies.
Our reactive turn-based
Yeah, Avoid, I'm with you.
which gives combat greater intensity.
I mean, I'll explain something in a minute, but hang on. That was a great. Now, look.
皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
They should have shadow dropped a demo. Mutant Mo, you've got a full fucking game out today. You've got Ninja Gaiden Black 2 is out today. Listen. That was fantastic. Now, as people will tell you, I am an Xbox Game Pass shill. So, believe that what I'm going to say next, your own peril. But, my goodness, that was a great series of games. Now, will they be good? I think Doom is a lock. It's going to be at least good enough because it's the third one and the first two were brilliant. Ninja Gaiden 4 is a lock because it's platinum. It may be too hard, it may be too esoteric to be mainstream hit, but that doesn't necessarily matter. We don't really have a clue about South of Midnight or Expedition 33 as it relates to them being good or bad. Compulsion, that's the developer, are hit and miss, but the story, the narrative, the world looks amazing. Expedition 33 looks really, really fucking good as well, but we'll have to wait and see. But here's what I'll tell you, though. Here's what I'll tell you. What's really interesting about this, and yeah, Ricardo says, let's not forget Avowed, right? Yeah, if you want to call in, you can call in on the Discord. Just put yourself in the Discord waiting room. Oh, there we go. We got somebody. We got Plazookas. I'll bring him in a second. But what's really interesting to me is this. Now, again, why they've decided, hey, let's put our shit on everything, which is, I mean, good for everyone. More, it's all about the games. If you experience on PS5, if you experience it, who gives a shit, right? But I still remain staggeringly confused by Xbox's decision to say, hey, let's put our shit everywhere, or at least on other consoles. I don't get that. But Game Pass-wise, that has always been the fear. Now, assuming the games are good enough, and some of them are brilliant, they've solved their churn problem. It's cost them almost more than $100 billion to do it. But seriously, Ricardo's right. I mean, what are we? We're almost in February. We get Avowed. And then after Avowed, we get, who knows what's up in March? Probably not much. And then we roll into South of Midnight, Expedition. The next month, less than a month after Expedition, is the new Doom. I mean, what are they going to have for the holidays at this point? Warped Eye, that's not entirely true. He says game sales equal profits, doesn't matter where they're sold. I mean, certainly it helps profits, but I'm assuming they're planning. I mean, you saw Netflix yesterday announced a record quarter. They don't sell anything. They just do, subscription shit. So, all right, let me bring in Plazookas, and then I see P Turtle there as well. We have 2 call-in channels. That's weird. I don't know. I assume you want to be on the show. Plazookas is Jaffe. What's going on?
Man, I tell you, Jaffe, I'm not an Xbot. Okay,
yeah, I'm not. Nor am I. I don't give a fuck about console allegiance. But continue, please.
I will say that this is the strongest showcase I have seen for games that are going to come out in the next, 4 months. Like the fact that they front-loaded this to the effect that we have 4 games. Obviously, one today with Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. And then you asked what was in March. Assassin's Creed Shadows in March. So we really have a perfect.
But I mean, that's not game. That's not Game Pass. But still, right? Okay.
No, but it's just games for people to play. Like again, this goes back to last year or the year before. Like people complain about not having games. Right now, Xbox just showed what Sony used to show all the time.
Yeah.
Which was diverse games with different kind of genres, different kind of play styles. Obviously, some of them are more story-driven, more action. Some of them are more action. Some of them are from historic publishers like id Software and Team Ninja. Platinum Games, obviously, one of the biggest secrets.
I agree. This was a fucking fantastic showcase. And again, Sony doesn't need to worry as it relates to if you're a Sony PlayStation player, you're going to be eating as good as everybody else. Whether you get it day one or not, who the fuck knows with Microsoft. But yeah, I mean, I'm not playing this on my Xbox. I'll be playing these on PC if I can. But yeah, I'm with you. I mean, and look, they have to be good before not apologize is the wrong word. Matt Booty and Phil Spencer have earned all the shit I've given them because I'm a customer and they've let us down year after year after year after year. But hey, if this is a fucking bumper crop of fucking games, I will absolutely give them props. Not that they need them for me.
But they don't have to be as good as they were last year because of how much of an issue they had with the cadence of releasing games. If they're able to, if they're able to provide this kind of consistency, then things like South of Midnight, even though I think it's going to be a great game, it may not appeal to everybody because of its stop motion. It's more, I guess, maybe less action, more story-driven content. At the same time, you won't have to wait that long for the next game, and they know that. Now, I don't know how they're going to be able to, even though they have all these studios now and Activision Blizzard, obviously, for their live service games. I don't know how they're going to be able to sustain that going forward, but if they feel confident in front-loading this because of GTA 6, obviously, in the fall.
Well, it's not okay, but hang on, it's not just GTA 6. I mean, that's obviously a big part of it, but I assume, what else do they have? They've also got Fable, which they've said is this year.
No way, absolutely not.
Okay, but they've
probably changed at this rate.
Okay, well, hang on. So, regardless, if you look at something like Doom, there's no way they didn't say we don't have a big Christmas title. Let's put Doom out in May, right? So, my guess is they've at least got another showcase like this coming up for the fall because they've got to keep going after the summer. I mean, that's the burden of Game Pass or Netflix or any subscription service is you're only as good as last month, or I'll churn and spend money elsewhere. But
yeah,
still,
I understand that to keep the momentum up. I totally get that. But right now, I don't know. Obviously, these decisions were made before Sony basically imploded the last few months with all their live service issues and studios closing and stuff like that. But at the same time, I think they can push something like Fable. I think they could even push Outer Worlds back out to 2025.
Oh yeah, Outer Worlds doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But what else?
I think it's gonna be a little bit difficult when you do, February, March, because if you're just gonna only be, front loading all these games before the summer, and this is gonna become Xbox's new trend. Obviously, you have your live service stuff that's gonna come later, which I think is their pitch now. I think a lot of their live service games, Call of Duty. They're probably going to have some Diablo, some expansion coming out.
Oh, right. You're right. You are going to have Call of Duty. I forgot. You're going to have a brand new Call of Duty, right? So that'll be another one that'll be out at Christmas.
Have that as a lock.
Yeah.
And then Ninja Gaiden 4, which obviously is, for us, it's a huge nostalgic name. The fact that Platinum Games is coming back, that's going to be able to draw, and it's probably going to come out August, September. I doubt they're going to try to compete with themselves.
Okay. Well, here. What about these? Tell me, what do you think of any of these will come out this year? So you say no one Fabled. There is Gears of War. Could be no. You don't think?
Not. No, that's gonna be 2026. It's gonna be a holiday release. I would say you're gonna probably. I don't even know if Fable will come out next year, depending on how they want to release these games. Like, I don't know how much they have. If they don't have anything for next year, yeah, they're gonna do.
Okay, what about State of Decay 3?
Yeah.
Perfect Dark, Blade, and Gears of War.
That's great.
No, what I'm asking is, do you think any of those? No. What I'm asking is, do you think any of those will drop this year? Then?
No. Why would they? It would be stupid for them to do that based on everything. Let these studios polish those games to the point where they can not receive as much criticism as something like Redfall. This has been their issue. They have an image issue, and they need to polish these games as their AAA games, even though they're giving them away for freaking free on Game Pass. That is like a perfect scenario for them. So they can let these studios, even if they don't even have, they can have these studios sit on these games for like a year, like Nintendo has done. It's a perfect situation for them to be able to literally control the narrative, and they couldn't have done that previously. So all that $100 billion you spoke of, this gives them the opportunity to actually control the market.
Gotcha. All right, Plazookas, thank you for calling, buddy. Thanks. Talk to you later. All right. Let's bring in Pete Turtle. Pete Turtle, it's Jaffe. What's going on? Pete Turtle.
Hello?
What's up, man?
What's going on, Jaffe?
Doing a show. What are you doing?
I'm watching your show.
What did you think about the Xbox showcase we just watched?
Oh, man, that show exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
And it was still terrible.
Oh, my God.
The only good thing that
you can't just ever be normal, can you? You can't just ever wake up and go, you know what? Today I'm going to be a normal fucking human. Go ahead. What was bad about it?
Well, I liked the Ninja Gaiden 4 review.
Okay.
It looked it looked like Ninja Gaiden 2 and 1, but I also liked that it had some elements of Metal Gear Rising, which was a great game.
Okay.
The biggest problem I had with the showcase, South of Midnight looked horrible. The protagonist looks horrible. The gameplay looks horrible. The world and the cutscenes, I don't care about. I'm not playing that.
Why?
That's fine. playing the cutscenes, I'm saying. So when they have that little cool animation stuff, that doesn't mean a thing to me. If I want to watch that, I'll watch a movie with that kind of art style.
Okay,
and that animation
but
style.
but adventuring in that world doesn't interest you, because to me it's less about the combat, like looking at Ninja Gaiden going, that's going to be deep and refined, and more about going, that's a neat adventure in a kind of a world that I haven't experienced in games all that much, if at all. So are you saying that just doesn't interest you as a gamer, to have more of a adventure?
Has to come first before anything, and that game's gameplay looks subpar and trash, and the main character looks terrible. Now let me tell you my biggest problem, and I'll go because I'm actually in a rush.
You better hurry. Your girlfriend's going to age out of your interest level. She'll be 18 tomorrow.
I was extremely disappointed with Doom.
Oh my God, you're a fucking moron. You're either a goddamn liar or a goddamn moron or a troll. There's no way anybody on this planet was disappointed with what they showed for Doom.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
So one thing that they said in the trailer was that they took away basically the storytelling from the codex.
Yeah.
Where you picked up a lot of the lore, and they integrated that into the game with cutscenes. Nobody plays Doom for the story.
I don't either. Then skip it. Then skip it. I'm with you. I don't even know what the story is.
Skip it. We don't know if you can skip it. I might have to watch it.
I guarantee you can skip it. I'll give you $100 when it comes out in April if you cannot skip the cutscenes.
When there's codex stuff and you get to pick up the story at your pace, that's always better. The other thing is, I don't like all this extra like platforming and flying. This is Doom. It's a first-person shooter. What are we doing here?
Well,
this has never been Doom. You don't turn Doom into Mario. We want to kill things, and that's always what Doom's been about. I don't like what
you are literally. You have a Gatling gun. I want you to think about what you just said and how stupid it is. Okay.
Okay.
It's not turning it into flight sim. They pointed out that you are flying on a mecha dragon that has a goddamn Gatling gun and showed it taking down an airship. Okay, the only thing that they've added that's not a first-person shooter that you're used to is the y-axis. So there's some missions that you have verticality. That doesn't mean it's not a shooter.
When somebody said, did I not play the last Doom? I hated the platforming sections of the last Doom. That ruined the pacing of that game. Last thing I'll say is, and you're going to think it's a joke, but it's not a joke, and I'll get off.
Okay.
I did not like that when they were talking about the cutscenes in the story, they showed a strong white female. I'm just going to call it right now. That character is going to be a problem with that game, and all the gooners are going to hate that character. Clip this, Jaffe. I promise you.
Wait a minute. I want to bring her up. What do you mean when they showed like a guy?
Jaw.
Oh God, hang on. Okay, because you're talking about where they showed like the guy with like the scars, and they said you'll have old enemies or friends or whatever.
And
okay.
then when they showed her, they said, and there will be new characters, which already my antennas went up, Jaffe.
All right.
I know these things.
That sounds gross, but hang on. Let me.
How have you been?
I've been good. How are you?
Can I call in tomorrow and talk to Alyssa Mercante?
If you are nice, you don't have to you don't have to kiss her ass. You don't have to say kind things. But what you can't do, what I told her, and she wasn't sensitive about it. I was just like, look, if you'll take call, hang on. I said, if you'll take calls, and she said, yeah. She says, there's certain subjects I can't deal with. Like, she can't talk about an ongoing lawsuit, obviously, blah, blah, blah. I said, but I let her know I don't allow hate speech, and people will probably call in and they won't like what you have to say. And as long as they express that dislike in a respectful way, everyone's welcome. And she agreed. But if you're going to call and just berate her, then no, you can't. But you can certainly call and say everything you've done I hate.
Maybe I can get some things off my chest if I start the conversation off by letting her know I could be a black man.
Okay, sure. Look, here, I'm going to bring up that woman. Let's take a look. All right, here she comes. Okay, come on now. And by the way, I will say that I do think adding cutscenes over the codex is better, not necessarily for you or me, but because it's a very popular brand. A lot of money is being made these days, obviously, with making movies and TV series. And Doom is kind of one of the most successful series that pretty much, unless you really are reading all the codex, which most people are not, most people don't even know what the fuck Doom is about.
Which is why put that in as a cutscene?
Okay,
Nobody
that
cares about the
woman,
story.
this woman is, you have a problem with this woman who's on your screen. You are, and nothing's wrong with being gay at all. Enjoy being gay all goddamn day long. Gay, straight, whatever you're into, I support.
Mm-hmm.
But you're telling me that's not an attractive woman.
Do you see that she's covered up literally to the neck up? There's no titties on her.
What they have, okay, I'm talking about what they're showing. I'm not, I don't know.
I mean, she looks like an average white woman that I've probably had sex with in my life. There's
Okay,
nothing
well-
special about this woman.
Okay, well, but she's still an attractive woman. I mean, I think she's attractive. Maybe.
She's okay. What I'm saying is, I'm telling you, with this character, she will be a strong girl boss. I'm calling it right now. And Jaffe, if I'm right about it, give me my flowers. That's all.
No, why? Okay, you want me to give you flowers for basically predicting a bunch of masturbation obsessed loser incels in their fucking basements are not going to like a specific character because she doesn't look like Sydney Sweeney? Sure, I'll give you your flowers now. I mean, the fucking Puxatani Phil could predict that. Big fucking deal, man.
No, it's not even about the looks. I'm saying she will not be a likable character. I guarantee it. Just watch.
A likable character, or she won't be liked by the fans? You mean like she's going to be written as an enemy?
She won't be likable, and the fans will not like her. They'll try to make her likable, and I bet you they're going to use her to try and make a spin-off or something. I guarantee you this.
All right. Well,
It's the same thing every time.
All
It's
right.
not going to work.
Pete Turtle, be well, sir. I'll talk to you later,
All
man.
right, Jeff, I'll see you tomorrow, man.
Yep, absolutely. See you, dude.
All right, later.
Although, Pete Turtle, you should tune into our debate show coming up on Wick TV on YouTube and on this show at 2 o'clock today, because we will be debating, me and I forget the two other guys, I don't know them, who are on the opposite side, and then me and from the Iron Lords, King David, I think it's I don't know what his official, but it's David on the Iron Lords, you know. We will be debating whether inclusion in video games and diversity has been good for the art form or not. That will be coming up at 2 o'clock today. So tune in for that. It should be interesting. All right, let me bring on Steve Hawkins. Steve Hawkins, who is the mayor of Hawkins, the town that has been besieged by mind flayers, is here. What's up, Hawkins?
Hey.
How's it going, bud?
Hey. Are you there?
Yep. I'm here. You're listening on a delay. Hawkins, buddy. Okay. Maybe Tech can help. I'm going to put you back in the waiting room, and maybe Tech can bring you on, figure out. Pete Turtle's gaping asshole is here. What's up, Pete Turtle's gaping asshole? Hey, come back in here. Look at him getting out of there. Pete Turtle's gaping asshole. What's up, champ? By the way, I do want to let you know that Ninja Gaiden Black, according to Wayne, is now officially available in the store or in on what's it called? On Game Pass. Okay, I don't understand what's happening. One moment. All right. Can anyone in this chat room hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. What's going on, bud?
Oh, not much. Just trying not to freeze. Okay. Just trying not to freeze my ass off.
Okay, did you want to talk, or you were just hanging out with people?
No. I wanted to talk.
What's up? Steve. What's up? All right.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? Why are you cutting out?
I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. Let me check.
P Turtle's gaping asshole. Are you here?
Okay. Why the hell is this not wanting to do anything?
All right. Well, try to go ahead and speak your piece.
Can
We'll
you
see.
hear me okay or no?
I can hear you fine for the moment. Give it a shot.
All right. I don't know. I think maybe it was my Bluetooth headset or something screwing up.
Okay. What's up?
I wanted to just say that. What is it?
Are you listening Are you listening to yourself on the show? You've got to listen to me on your headset.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay.
No,
all right.
I'm
So what do you want? What do you want to say? Go.
I wanted to say that Doom trailer was fucking badass, and
Yep.
Pete Turtle doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
He doesn't.
When it comes to seeing a good game when he sees one.
I doubt he'll even play it. This is the guy who claimed he played Starfield and then thought you could burn bodies at the beginning of the game, right? So
It's amazing looking.
yeah, this looks great. This looks so much fun, man.
I mean, I can understand like a couple of his little and they're like, what do you call them? Nitpicks.
Yeah.
About like the platform. Yeah, I didn't really care for that in the last game too much, but I didn't hate it so much that it made me want to quit or anything. Yeah, the codex thing, I kind of agree with that a little bit, but I also see it's a big franchise. You probably do want cutscenes for people who don't know what the hell the story or lore or anything.
Man, I barely know what the story is. I remember when Doom 2 came out, the original Doom 2, and they were like, it's going to be hell is now on Earth. And I'm like, that's going to be amazing that the demons have busted up from hell and they're in cities. And I'm like, it didn't look like that at all, right? So at that point, I'm like, what the fuck is this thing about? I don't know. I don't care. I will say I like this idea of more projectile dodging, because one of the things I don't like about a lot of modern first-person shooters is that sense of kind of hit scan bullets and stuff where you're taking damage, you don't quite understand it, and this being a little bit more like a first-person bullet hell game like the old school Doom, I think that's pretty exciting to kind of get back to that. It's not a new mechanic, but it might as well be, because it's been a while since games have offered that. So I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I still play the original Doom games every now and again. I love the whole series, so seeing them constantly evolve it and not just stagnate is awesome. Another thing is, I think, we don't know what the Switch 2 specs are, but I'm pretty certain, if it's, the rumors are PS4 Pro, all these games are coming to Switch 2, more than likely.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that.
I mean, I wouldn't play. But I would never play any of these games on the Switch unless that was my only system.
I just like to play that kind of shit when I'm laying down in bed or I'm just chilling on the couch or something. I don't want to be tethered to a TV.
Yeah, that's fair. You don't do any PC gaming, so you don't have like a Steam Deck or a Raj Ally or whatever.
No, if I'm gonna do PC gaming, I'm gonna be in my room. Tethered to the fucking TV. I don't have the PC handhelds.
All right. Well, I mean, that makes sense. I get that. For not for me, but I always, if I'm going to play a game like this now, I want everything turned up to 11, and I'm only going to get that on PC. But and frankly, streaming. And people are like, how can you stream a game like Doom? Really well. You can stream Doom Eternal right now on xCloud, but more importantly, GeForce. And it plays like butter. So it's the shit. I'm looking forward to it. All right, Hawkins, thank you for calling, buddy. Good to talk to you, man.
Not a problem.
All right. Let me bring in, I'm going to bring in Chud in a second if I can, but let me try one more time on P Turtle's Gaping Asshole. P Turtle's Gaping Asshole. This is your last chance. I'm going to hang up on you, buddy. Are you there? 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, Jaffe, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Is this P Turtle's Gaping Asshole?
Yeah, this is P Turtle's Gaping Asshole. Woohoo!
Okay, what's up?
I ran out of steam there anyways.
Is all you had a name? All you had was the name? You had no shtick behind just the name, and now you're out of gas?
No, well, he was just kind of being annoying, so then I...
That's what he does. So who is this? Who are you actually?
This is Kevin.
Kevin, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Wait, this is gay Kevin? This is gay Kevin?
Yeah. Well, I'm not... Yes, no, exactly.
Kevin, are you actually gay? Because every time you come into the chat, you're like, hey, I'm gay, everyone. I mean, which is great, but you're a gay man. Kevin?
Maybe like 2%.
I don't know what that means. So you're bisexual?
Not really.
Okay, so you're not gay.
I appreciate a good-looking guy.
Okay. All right. Well, you're okay. Whatever. Point is, P Turtle, what's up? What do you want to talk about, P Turtle's Gaping Asshole?
Oh, I thought that was a really good show, and like it's funny to what everyone was saying earlier about the Xbox Game Pass release. Like you have, it's funny how they always promise like a game every quarter, and like 4 years after launch, they're hitting it. Ninja Gaiden Black 2.
Shit, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like it's kind of funny to see that plan actually come to fruition. But it's also at the same time Xbox is losing Steam. Do you see? I don't know. Do you think there'll be some change in leadership happening, or do you think like Phil and Matt Booty will keep?
I do not understand. I was talking to Colin about this on the last show because I was like, he's a pretty analytical guy, and I'm like, maybe he can explain this. And he said he was as confused as the rest of us as it relates to kind of like, what the fuck are they doing over there? They finally, and again, this is built on the idea that these games they just showed will be good. Certainly, at least we know two of them, one from Platinum and one from id Will. The other ones we'll see, but they look really good. But it's built on the idea that those games will actually be good. But they have finally delivered on everything Game Pass was supposed to be. They've got the Call of Duty, they've got Indiana Jones. Now they've got what is probably going to be a really good game with Avowed coming, then all the stuff they showed today. And they're
Sniper Elite.
And it's like, oh yeah, Sniper Elite is coming out in a couple of days. And if you played the last one, it's basically the same game with just new missions and a new character, and that's all I need because it was brilliant. And so it's like, and now they're going, hey, you know what? Let's put this on everybody else's shit as well. And even that would be okay if they were, again, everybody's a backseat driver. Who the fuck knows? But that would be okay if they were then going, blanketing the airwaves with, you like Call of Duty? $70 on PlayStation, free on Game Pass. Oh, you thought Doom looked good? We do too. Guess what? Free on Game Pass. Oh, you're into RPGs? Here's Expedition 33 and Ninja Gaiden. Not an RPG, I understand. Free on Game Pass. You can get it on PlayStation. Of course, day one, it'll cost you $70 though. Save your ducats for GTA 6 because that's not coming to Game Pass or PS Plus, but you're going to need the money because it's going to cost you $100. Where are those ads? I really don't get it, man. So in terms of Matt Booty and Phil Spencer, if they have finally fallen into a groove, either one by their own execution or one by accident, and this is the beginning of a strategy to keep people churning from Game Pass and make Game Pass actually deliver Phil's vision, I'm all over it. I think it's wonderful, but I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. It makes no fucking sense to me. So
I wonder why also, like, there's no, like, I wish people from Microsoft would, like, leak what's going on behind the scenes, because I feel like
they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. The FDA did that when their lawsuit, and that
yeah, sorry, it's not a conversation. I'll bring you in a second, buddy. Continue though, Kevin.
Yeah, no, it's just like, I mean, also like Aaron Greenberg, he's the head of marketing, and I mean, again, I'm not trying to like nag on their personal lives, but it's you've said this 1,000 times before, Jaffe, but they've been in the same position for like the past decade, and nothing improves. So it's kind of like you said, someone must have like nudie pics, or someone's like a secret pedophile there, and it's just
or they believed whoever keeps these people employed that this day was coming, and this is only the beginning. But if that were the case, then you would go, okay, but then why are you doing all these weird business things that are doing nothing but basically telling somebody next Christmas or anytime, hey, you want to play the best games? Go to PlayStation. Because really, as great as this was for Game Pass, all this really did, if you're not already interested in Game Pass, is make people go, oh, sweet. Well, now I get to play Ghost of Yodi, and I get to play, whenever they decide to release another game on PlayStation, I get all that. I get all the great games they've put out in the past, and I get all these great Xbox games. I mean, that's the message right now. So I don't fucking know, but as a gamer that only really cares or primarily cares about the games, these are fucking... What a great show, man. Let me ask you one last question. What do you think about the modifiers? I have up on screen. So I've always wanted a game speed dial. I think that needs to be in the, the overarching meta of all the operating systems for games moving forward. I think it's ridiculous that it's not. But everything else, though, when you can go in there and you can start tweaking enemy speed, projectile speed, aggression, damage to player, it almost comes to a point where it's like, you're really, it's kind of like inviting somebody to a restaurant and going, well, here's all the ingredients, cook it however you want it. And it's like, the average person doesn't know how to tune something so it achieves the goal that the game is meant to do. They'll tune stuff to allow them to get through it faster, but I do wonder, I do wonder about that. I mean, I like the game speed because the game speed to me is more about accessibility. It's about going, look, as you get older, your reflexes take a dive. Mine certainly have, and they weren't that great to begin with. But everything else feels like you're stepping into the realm of being the designer. And I guess the answer is, well, you don't have to fuck with those. But at the same time, it's like, why even? I mean, do you like that these options are there other than the speed, or do you not even like the speed?
So, me personally, I mean, if it's there, cool. To me, this seems like a hardcore PC setting thing. Like, I feel like sometimes when you add too many this modifiers thing, you can all choose to ignore, but sometimes I feel like giving more options to the player makes it, like, confusing. Sometimes you just want to get the game.
Yeah, I think that's most people. I think most people are like, I bought it, now entertain me. Don't make me fucking design the game for you.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
kind of how I feel. I mean,
Got
but
it.
it is cool to have those options, I think, but, you know, it's just like, it's just if you prefer apples or oranges, you know what I mean? But yeah, I would, you know, I personally wouldn't mess with that thing. If the game I felt was too fast for me, I'd either get used to it or just, like, not play it and move on, you know? But that's just me.
So, okay, I understand that. I have one final question. I'll let you go. So we have a new member in the Diet Soda Soldiers, and I know you're saying, Kevin, you're only 2% gay, but his name is David Gaynor, and I wonder if would you take him to bed, please?
Would I, like, suck on his peen, like the tip of his cock?
Yeah, would you suck on the peen?
I honestly, okay, if I was, no. And in reality, probably. Well, I mean, you know what? If it was a trans woman with a cock, I mean, I would, you know, if she was attractive, I would consider it.
Okay.
That's one thing.
Okay, it's not 2%, so you know. 100% in your case, sir. 100%. All right, thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later.
If you want to go there.
He knows it's true. All right, listen to this. David Gaynor, seriously, though, thank you, buddy. He says, Gaynor says, dumb question. Could Xbox be getting us hooked on their blow and then next year or the year after they pull the rug and say we're going back to exclusives? I mean, sure, they could, but, I mean, yeah. Well, let's put it this way, David. Given how absolutely, seemingly anyway, batshit their decisions are as to what they do with these products, my answer would be, yeah, quite possibly. But ideally, they already have that. What they should do is, thank you, thank you, Kevin. What they should do is get us all hooked on their blow and then go remind us that blow is free over here if you subscribe to Game Pass. That's what they should do. That's what they should do. Morgan says, Jaffe, thank you for being a member for 31 months, buddy. She says, I paid for Ninja Gaiden 2 Black on Steam. Does that scare you? Is my love for the studio and the series, does it scare you? Mwahaha. No, it just makes me realize you're a fucking moron when it comes to your money, and I hope you don't end up under an overpass. But that said, let us know how it is. I'm looking forward to it. I will be playing it later today as well, Morgan, if that is your real name. All right, let's bring in good sir Matt. Matt, you are on the show. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I thought that was a pretty fucking cool show. I haven't been checking the internet. I don't know what the consensus is, but what did you think?
I think that Microsoft has finally kind of sold me on going on to Game Pass through either a Fire Stick or buying a Series S or something. And
try the Fire Stick first. I mean, you can do a test, man. And you can see if it works. It works great for me, but, you know, make sure you're wired, though. Don't do it wireless. But, yeah, okay, good. Well, I'm glad to hear that because I'm a big believer in Game Pass, and I have been since the beginning.
Well, I don't know exactly how I mean, it's Microsoft, so them making money is not necessarily the most important thing than building the brand, but I don't know exactly how they're supposed to make money like this, but...
well, I mean, just like they're going to make money like yesterday. I forget the actual numbers, but Netflix came out yesterday with a hugely profitable quarter, and they're even raising prices now. So I guess the assumption is that, you know, these things take time to build, but eventually they can become profitable if you can deal with people churning out and you can bring great content monthly. So I think that's always been their plan, right?
Yeah, I guess I'd have to look at the figures in terms of like subscription, what you get for subscription payment versus, you know, I mean, obviously paying, you know, $70 a pop is going to net you more money, but I don't know. I'd have to really look at the numbers to know.
Yeah,
for sure,
I don't think we know. I know that the rumor was, although Microsoft denied it, is that they're trying to get to 100 million by 2030, and I think they said they have to do 40% increase in subs every year in order to do that. I'll tell you what, the only thing they're missing now is fucking marketing. If they could fucking let the world know about this and let the world know why it's a better deal than buying it on PlayStation, I think they could have a shot at that. But, And you know what I heard the other day, because the other thing that I think is great, I forget who told me this on the show, but I was playing Eternal Strands, and I didn't really love the opening of it. And I was complaining, and I love it now, but I was complaining about it, and somebody said that the Avowed team, because they know they're going to be on Game Pass, has learned, they said they had to kind of adjust their opening, because on Game Pass, people, if you don't engage them relatively quickly, they walk away. Yeah. And I think that's the best thing ever for the medium. I mean, certain games will get a pass as they should, but most games, like most other entertainment, if you're not gonna tell me why this is compelling at the beginning, doesn't have to be action packed, but it's got to be engaging, then you don't deserve to fucking have my time. And now I don't have a sunk cost, because I'll just play something else on Game Pass. So I'm real excited to see if they can keep this momentum going. But it was great.
Yeah, I mean, they got a lot of stuff just in the next 6 months. I mean, Sniper Elite coming out,
Sniper Elite, dude. That you played the last one, I assume, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great fucking game. And then the new one is, they made it in 18 months. It's basically an expansion pack with a different character, but I love that, because it's like, I don't want every fucking single player game to take, 8 years to make. And if you enjoyed the core loop, which was delightful, I'm so excited for more. And that's coming next week, is it? It's like the end of this month?
End of the month. I think the 31st or 30th or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Super excited for it.
Hey, if you end up playing that, we should do a co-op.
Oh, you can do co-op in that?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, don't tell Bukaki, but if I will absolutely end up playing it. Let me get my sea legs on it first, then maybe absolutely. By the way, look at your screen right now. This has my current nomination for best fucking weapon of 2025. Look at this gun. Look at this. You put a skull in it, and then it shreds it, and then it sends out bone shards. What the fuck is happening in my life? This is good stuff. All right, buddy. Good to talk to you as always.
Yeah, man.
All right, see you. You too. All right, let's see. Let's bring in Chud Master. I don't. The name's too long, but I'll bring him in anyway. Chud Master, what's going on, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Well, looking at the show, looking at the Xbox showcase, feeling pretty excited to play some games.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, definitely. Id Software knocking it out of the park as usual.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're just a consistent company that knows how to deliver for their game. They're like, you want Boomer Shooter? I'm going to give you Boomer Shooter.
Yeah.
And they say the king of it too.
Yes.
I mean, you said it perfect. That gun where you shred the skull, it's like it's got id Software written all over it. Like, it's perfect.
It's super creative, super fucking creative. Absolutely. Did you catch the footage in the trailer where is the shield also used for navigation? I didn't understand what I was looking at. There was this gap in a bridge, and he throws the shield. I'm looking at it. I think it's coming up. And he throws the shield, and then he uses it to, like, it looks like he's going to fall, but then he grapples. Did you see that? Did you understand what it is?
I think it's like a skill trick that you could do with it to, like, maneuver yourself better.
Got it.
I think it's going to be because, as we know, like, even from a Doom Eternal, like, they have, like, a huge boner for maneuverability with moving around with the grappling hook from the original. So I think this is their, like, keepsake of the grappling hook with the shield.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And Kevin K-Nub says it's like he calls it back and then bounces off the shield. That's cool.
Yep,
all right.
Exactly.
Excellent. Yeah, right. All right. What did you want to say? Anything specific, or just calling to say you were excited? I am too, though.
I think that, like, I was going to say about there are two things. The live service I was going to comment on, and
okay.
I actually wanted to comment on Nintendo, actually.
All right. So, before you do that, who do people tell you sound like all the time?
Oh, who do you think?
Sean Astin?
No, not Sean Astin. No.
What do you get? I think Sean Astin's calling me. What do you get?
I get a couple of different things. They say that a lot of people just tell me I have a radio voice in general, but like it is what it is.
All right,
It depends.
gotcha. All right, so talk about live service.
So I do love what Xbox is doing with the live service. I'm glad that they're browbeating the crap out of Sony with it. They're doing a fantastic job with it compared to Sony. Just overall, the way in which Microsoft is delivering everything is fantastic. Like, they're just knocking it out of the park. Every game that they're putting on Game Pass is just like you said, captivating, gets the gamer involved, immediately pulls them in, and that's why. Oh God, I don't want to talk about Valve. I'm not very happy with that team, but I'm not going to go down that path. But they are being shock collared into being like, hey, we can't produce mediocrity right in the beginning. We got to captivate the gamer right out the gate with this. So
yeah, I love it, and even though what they said in the Doom trailer, this guy says he's talking about it. His quote, he's talking about like it's like you're the star of a summer action movie, blah blah blah, and it's like that's the stuff that we were always saying when we were making games back in the 90s and the early 2000s. That was always the goal, and so it's kind of cool to see them embracing just popcorn entertainment. It's nice that you've got South of Midnight, but it's also really cool that they've got a series. And that's the thing I will complain about with Sony is it's not that I love Last of Us 2. I loved God of War 2018. I like that they are, making games that have some pathos and humanity and blah, blah, blah. But, could you guys fucking unclench and have a little bit of fucking fun sometimes too? And it's nice to see that Xbox seems to still be okay with that. Like not embarrassed to go, we don't have a message in Doom. We don't, it's Doom. Go have some fucking fun, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I like
you're
it.
Go fuck shit up.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to do.
Yep,
Exactly.
indeed. What about Nintendo?
So I'm really excited. I really do. Now, granted, one thing about Nintendo, we all know, predatory right out the gate. It's like, oh man, our fans just love our stuff. We could literally make a Nintendo Frisbee and they'd buy it. And
Yep.
it's like,
or an alarm clock.
Or an alarm clock.
Yeah.
Exactly. Ooh, look at this giant hammer that has DK's face on it. You'll buy it. It's
Yep.
like, so. But I'm very happy that they listen to the community with the Switch 2. The Joy-Cons, how they attach from the side, the ports that they were showing on there. I'm just all about it. Like, I'm very happy that this system wasn't just a rehash of the OLED that they did. They actually are trying to make something that's better.
Better, or I mean, it seemed pretty generic. I mean, it seemed like it was exactly more of the same. I'm interested about the mouse. How that brings us gameplay with being able to use the Joy-Cons as mice. I think that's cool. I'm curious what the C button does. And of course, it's Nintendo, so if it launches with Mario Kart Day 1, I'll get it. The rumors are that there is a new Mario 3D game coming for launch, and also a Zelda. It's a Zelda remaster. Whether that's a remaster of both Breath and Tears or just Tears, I don't know. But I mean, what do you short of that though? What are you looking forward to play? Like, what do you think would be a great launch window? Like first 6 months of that would really sell you on it beyond what you're already sold.
I mean, anything that has to do with like Metroid.
Well, that may be a launch title, right? That's probably a launch title.
Yeah, I think that would be. Like, you're knocking it out of the park with that. Obviously, Zelda, like you were saying, remaster. I don't know if they would just do it with a remaster of like something that's like so recent of that. Like me personally, I'm a huge fan of Link to the Past. I would love like a retelling of something like that.
Ah, that's
like,
interesting.
You know what I mean? Like seeing a retelling of like any of that, or like that's an alternate timeline or something that they could do. They kind of did that with I think it was the picture one for the DS from a while back, but they didn't really like go further into it.
Would you remake Link to the Past in 3D, like over the shoulder, like camera, or would you keep it top down?
Oh man, that's tough.
Yeah,
it's just tough, like to transition from such a classic into the 3D realm when it was so good as a 2D. It's a touchy subject, Like,
yeah.
You get that nostalgia feel when you look it over in the dungeon. Your dad's sitting there and he gives you the sword in the dungeon. It's like it's just got like a huge different feel to it.
It does.
I don't know. It could be done.
Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe they should try it with Link Between Worlds. I actually think Link Between Worlds is better, believe it or not, than Link to the...
Yeah, Link Between Worlds was very good.
But a lot of people don't really have the same reverence for it, so maybe they can try it with that one, and if it works, then they'll go back to Link to the Past, but we'll see. All right, buddy, thank you for the call, Chudmaster. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, bud.
Yep. All right, Avoid the Void. It is Jaffe. What's up, bud?
Jaffe, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What is happening in your world? What's up? What do you want to talk about?
The show, generally, and some other points. Well, first of all, I think the show was pretty good. I think it was excellent. Obviously, as you said, Microsoft's... it's so weird that Microsoft has been hitting it out of the park with the recent showcases and their directs.
Yeah.
Their marketing for Game Pass has been shit.
Yes, it has.
I'm very excited. I thought South of Midnight was gonna be something adjacent to Flintlock, and I was kind of worried about that.
Adjacent in regards to what, though? What do you? I mean, I know what Flintlock is, but what in what way?
Yeah, I think they were gonna make it a little too Souls-like in the beginning.
Okay.
Before we got the gameplay.
Yeah. I liked it. I mean, I'm very interested in the narrative, the story, the world, the adventure. The gameplay itself, I think, looks cool, but none of it looks like, oh my fucking god. But I don't need it to if I'm on a cool adventure, so I'm down with that.
Yeah. In the beginning, I was worried also that it wasn't gonna be really heavy on combat. I thought it was gonna be more of a cinematic game, and I was worried we were gonna get a Hellblade case again.
Right.
But the combat seemed really competent, I think.
Yeah,
Doom
I agree.
Was also excellent.
Yes.
Because I like that they talked about it being more of a sandbox, and even though I would love to see an open world Doom, I don't think they would go as far as doing that.
Let me ask you this question on that. I was a little confused by that because was that one level they were talking about, or was that the whole game? Because when they did show that big hub area, it felt like can you clarify that? Was that, so they're not, is there a big open hub area and then you go on individual more linear missions? Because I mean, the last two Dooms have been relatively kind of sort of open, not terribly, but enough. But was that just one section or one level then? So the whole thing's not sandbox?
Yeah, I didn't get an idea about that. I just speculated that it wasn't going to be a Halo Infinite case.
Right.
A completely big open world.
Yeah, it was hard to tell. I was a little confused by that. I don't know if anybody got the specifics of that. I'm sure they'll clarify. But yeah, I mean, I think it looks great. Super into it. Every single one of these I'll be trying day one on Game Pass. I mean, that's, how could you not be a gamer and love video games and not go, even if you just subscribe to Game Pass for April, right? You can play Avowed, South of Midnight, and Doom, and then fucking cancel it if you don't like it. But how could you not? Why would you go spend a bunch of fucking money before, just play them for free? You may hate them all,
Yeah, and also about your point on Game Pass, which I completely agree with, is that it's not only like when you're on subscription service and you play shit that's not grabbing you, it's not only that, the average gamer is gonna go like, I'm gonna play something else. The average gamer is gonna go like, why the fuck am I paying for this?
Wait. Wait a minute. You're telling me that if you subscribe to Game Pass for South of Midnight, which means you're locked in for a month, you've already paid it, and you play South of Midnight for an hour and go, or 20 minutes and go, not for me, you're not going to start looking around the rest of the library?
I'm probably going to think twice about subscribing the next month.
Yeah, but what if you look around the rest of the library and go, but look at these 4 games are awesome. I mean, that's kind of the idea, right? You might subscribe to Netflix for Wednesday and hate Wednesday, but discover, Stranger Things and be a Netflix consumer for life. I mean, that's the fun
point
of it.
is that if that happens continuously, I'm gonna stop subscribing to Netflix and I'm gonna go to like HBO.
Well, yeah, but that's good. That's the value of
that much time.
Right, but that's the value of the competition, right? That's like, these guys have to continually, as a service and as developers now, they have to work harder because churning is the worst thing for them, which is why I keep saying, how are we against Game Pass if you love games? Because it literally forces developers to work harder for you and cut the fat from their games and go, look, we can't afford to have a sloppy, dull opening. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, I'm amplifying your point by saying that when you don't do that, that is detrimental to your whole service because you're getting people that are dropping out of the service.
Wonderful. We all win. We all win.
Yeah, I think the GTA 6 case, the argument is not that true because to me, due to the scale of Game Pass, it makes more sense that they don't care about like cannibalizing sales of a game because the whole point is to keep people from not dropping out of the subscription, not to miss a couple of sales due to GTA 6 launching.
The idea that GTA 6 aside, the idea that people actually throw at Game Pass, like, see, it cuts sales. It's like, yeah, we know. That's like releasing Stranger Things on Blu-ray and also releasing it on Netflix. It's like, yes, it will cut into sales. That's not a surprise at all. I mean, that's like, that's the value of it. But, All right, Avoid, I appreciate your insight. Be well. Good to talk to you. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, man.
All right, man. All right, listen, during Avoid's call, we got 10 new members from the generosity and the wealth bucket of my best friend now, Adam Hopkins. Adam, that is delightfully generous. Thank you, buddy. I'm going to play you a quick soundbite, and then I'm going to sing you a song about really whatever you want. I'll make it up, and it'll be brilliant. But first, you got to digest the soundbite. Here you go.
Go suck a big fucking dick.
It's true, Adam. But seriously, Trouble Tech, Schulenberg, David Schulenberg, El Captain, Corey, Taylor, Way of the Lao, Kevin Mack, Mr. Souls Like, Smoking on Fire, Younga Sigma have all become members and can chat and do probably going to be playing some Lonely Hill skiing game this weekend with members. It's really fun in multiplayer. So you can join that as well. Adam, seriously, buddy, thank you. Everybody give Adam a pickle tickle and a picture of your favorite emote. I sure would appreciate it. Okay. Thanks for the update, Nubs. K-Nubs? Did K-Nubs write something? Okay. South of Midnight is oh my fucking god for me, says David Gaynor, because the story hooked me right away with the mom fight, and then she's taken right away. Gameplay looks interesting in terms of not just fetch quest. Yeah, I am... he says it looks like it will have interesting missions. Combat doesn't look any different than any of the 100,000 souls out there, and then atmosphere and setting look amazing. Right, the combat for me is like whatever, as long as it's competent. Even if it's, I mean, honestly, I'll tell you what. I've said this before, and people who follow God of War know this, but when I started working on God of War, all I cared about was that our combat was as good as Medieval or Zelda Ocarina, right? It wasn't until Corey and Derek and Eric and Mehdi came on and turned it into what it is combat-wise. I just wanted the combat to be serviceable and not bad so it wouldn't distract so you could have this big adventure. And frankly, that's what I see when I play this. Now, I'm not saying that's what the game will be, but I see this world and I go, that's what I love about games. Like, I don't play single-player games to test my mettle. I'm not looking for challenges. I'm not looking for skill checks. I just want to go on cool adventures in cool places. And that is exactly what I'm into. So, David, I agree. All right, listen, my delightful friends, that's the show for this morning. We will be back today at 2 o'clock, both on this channel and Wick TV. Wick TV? Tech Protect? It's Wick TV, right? In fact, hang on. Tech, can you jump on the mic real quick? Let's talk about what we got coming up this next couple days. Hello, Anthony Wright, member for 2 months, Cult Calypso. Well, listen, Anthony, did you catch the show? It was fucking delightful. If you're heading out, by the way, seriously, hit the like button, consider a subscription, consider a membership, consider coming in. But here's what I was going to say. Here's Tech. Let me bring on Tech. Are you there? Tech Protect. Can you hear me?
It is. Yeah, I can hear you.
So, look, 2 o'clock coming up. It's on Wick TV. That's the name of the channel, correct?
Yeah, on Wick TV, we'll make an announcement on the Discord. A link will be on the post for Twitter.
And it'll also be streaming here on this channel as well.
Yes,
correct?
We're gonna be dual streaming.
Yeah.
Our POV, and then you can also check out everyone else's POV on their channel.
And it's going to be, I forget the official title we locked on, but it's going to be me and King David from the Iron Lords debating with a couple of other folks who I don't know yet about, I think the topic is something like,
Has modern gaming lost its ways? I think is the working title currently.
And then it's like, yeah, but it's subtitled diversity and inclusion or something like that in modern video games. And so obviously me and King David will be discussing and taking the side which we believe in, which is shut up. And then the other guys will be taking the side, I assume, of they don't think it's very good. So that'll be fun. And then tomorrow in the morning, there's a normal Gabbin' and Games or Jaffe Talks Games. In the afternoon, please help me say this woman's last name. It's Alyssa Mercante. Mercante. Now, I have never met her. We've talked a little bit on Twitter. But I will tell you, if you look at your screen, people seem very upset with me. Oh, look at that Batgirl good girl. Dina Meyer. She was in... wasn't she in Starship Troop? It doesn't matter. Look at Batgirl. Good God. Doesn't matter. Stay focused, Jaffe. I'll do my best. If you go to... there's King David. Yep. If you go to my tweet about Alyssa, all I said was, fellow lefty and culture warrior Alyssa Mercante comes to Gabbin' Games this Friday at 2. We'll talk Kotaku. She used to be the editor of Kotaku, or one of them. Why gaming culture is so fucking mean, game news in general. And she'll be taking calls. And then, boy, people got really fucking upset. And I'm like, this guy said, Jaffe, when did you lose your last milligram of testosterone? And I said, well, look between your mom's legs. I don't think you like that. But the point, Tech Protect, is... You know, they don't like her. They don't like her, at least. And I'm like, guys, you know, I'm progressive and lefty. What are you talking about? But what do you think's going on with this?
She's how do I say this nicely? Controversial in the least, I could say.
Okay.
She's had some wild takes in the past. If you're like a centrist, right? And she, I don't know. I don't want to ruin any potential conversation between you and her.
No, I mean, look, my take is like what I told Colin when he was talking about having Stuttering Craig on his show. I'm like, I'd bring Hitler on my show. I mean, I would then tell, the cops where to come get him from. Although these days, who knows, he might be a hero to a lot of these guys. But that's a terrible thing to say, Tech Protect. Don't say that. The point is, I'll talk to anybody. I'm not preloaded to dislike this woman, but I'm certainly open to hearing why she is so disliked by a lot of these people. But if it's because she tends to basically be for the left what someone like Grums is for the right, well, then good. What's the problem? What's the fucking problem? I mean, Grums gets to exist, but somebody who pushes back doesn't. But I don't have enough data. I'm going to do some research on the interview tonight, obviously, and I'll be prepared. But anyway, that's coming up tomorrow. That should be fun. And then Saturday is a normal show, and then we're going to probably do some kind of game afternoon, game night with members. And Sunday's D&D, and then we're back to finally a normal schedule on Monday. So there's a lot happening here at the channel. Tech Protect, they should get a membership. They should subscribe. They should hit the like button. Am I right, Tech Protect?
Yeah, of course. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the stream.
Goddamn right.
Jaffe's commentary, his jokes, his testosterone leads between your mom's legs. Go ahead and hit that like.
Well, I'm just being honest about what I did to his mother. She paid me. I mean, she's a customer. What am I supposed to do?
True.
You know, so. Okay, listen to this. Listen to this. John Ashby says, I'm sure you advocate all her disgusting behavior, then playing victim, and all the talk of sex work. She is poison and loves to be vile, but can't take her own medicine. Typical victim mentality. She gaslights, lies, and projects, repeats. I mean, she's a strong public figure. I'll ask her about that. I'm not going to be mean because I don't know. I don't even know what he's talking about. But I haven't seen anything to suggest. I mean, what do you know anything about this yet? What has she lied about?
One of the takes that is given against dissenters of Mercanti is that she's very like sex positive in her social media postings. You'll see her wearing, like see-through clothing or what have you. Going out in New York. But is giving commentary about how like women are becoming not itemized. What's the word I'm thinking of? Objectified. Like, oh, they're just looking at how pretty she is in the game, and that's like the only thing that's important about her. And that's a take from like the right. People like Grums or Asmongold. These guys that are like, I can't believe women do this, but say this instead.
So what they're basically saying is she shouldn't be allowed to be proud of and show off her body on her own terms, while at the same time she should, if she's going to do that, she needs to let everybody else objectify women. They don't understand that it's a very different thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are the same kind of guys that say if somebody wears, sexy clothing and then gets sexually assaulted, they get what they deserve. It's probably that mentality. But again, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the conversation. Yeah.
And we're taking callers.
All right. Yeah, we'll take calls tomorrow. Alyssa will take calls as long as you guys are nice. You don't have to be a fan, and you don't have to be agreeing with anything. And you can call her out on most everything, certain things she can't talk about, like lawsuits. But you got to be respectful as to your fellow human beings. And you know that if you come to the show. So hop in. I'd love to take your calls with Alyssa tomorrow. In the meantime, that's it. Tech Protect. I'll call you in a little bit, in like 5 minutes. Let me just get some Coke. In the meantime, guys, hope to see you at 2 o'clock today on the show. And hello, Hector. It was a great showcase. All of them were great. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.